This is math for Monday of this week. We've been working on subtracting using partial differences, and we've also been estimating those and comparing the difference from the estimate. So when we subtract, a lot of you say that subtraction is taking away, but it's also comparing two numbers. And when you use the number line, you see that you're comparing what's the difference between these two numbers. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to round to estimate and use a number line to subtract, and then I'm going to draw models to find the actual difference. Okay, so I am going to make myself a new slide. All right, so I have 926 minus 658. I'm going to round to the nearest tens place to find my estimate, because when you round to the nearest tens place instead of the hundreds place, your estimate is closer. So I look at 926, I look and see what number is in the tens place, and it's the 2. Since I'm not doing anything with the hundreds place, I just move it on over, okay? I ask myself, what two tens does 926 fall in between? Well, it falls in between 920 or 930. So I look next door at the 6, and since the 6 is 5 or higher, 926 is going to round up to 930. So that 2 is just going to change to a 3, and then you're going to put a 0 to fill in your ones place. Then I look at 658. I ask myself, what number is in the tens place? And it is 5. I'm not doing anything with that hundreds place, so I go ahead and move it on over. So 658 falls between what two tens? It falls between 650 and 660. So I look next door to the 8, and since the 8 is 5 or higher, it bumps that 5 up to a 6, so it rounds up to 660, okay? So now that I have my numbers rounded, I can find my estimate. Like I said, I'm going to use a number line to show that subtraction is comparing the difference between two numbers. So there's my number line. I start at 660, and I have to make it all the way to 930 to find the difference between those two, okay? So I'm going to add 40 to 660. That's going to be my first hop, because when I add 40 to it, it gets me to a hundreds place, which is 700. That's a friendly number there, okay? All right. Now, I can also make another big hop of 230 to get to 930, or I can make a smaller hop and just get to 900 by adding 200 to 700. Okay, and that puts me at 900. Now I need to still get from 900 to 930, so I'm going to add 30. Okay, so now that I've found the difference, I've compared those numbers to see how much is in between there. I need to total all these numbers. So I'll put 200 up here, plus 30, okay, plus the 40 right there that I added. And guess what that's going to give me? That's going to give me, that goes 0 there, 3 plus 4 is 7, and then I have my 2. So what's my estimate? Well, my estimate is 270, but I'm not finished, because once I find the estimate, I have to also go back and find the actual difference, the actual answer, to compare those. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to my first slide here, and I am going to find the difference there, okay? So when I find the difference here, I'm going to draw models. So I draw my hundreds, my tens, and my ones, okay? Because this model right here is going to show you that subtraction is also take away. So I'm going to draw that first number, 926. So that's 1 in the hundreds place, 2 in the hundreds place, 3 in the hundreds place, 4 in the hundreds place, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then I have 2 in the tens place, so that's 1, 2. And I have 6 in my ones place. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you'll notice I just draw those sticks for the tens place and the circles for the ones and the square for the hundreds so I don't get them confused. So now I have my very first number. I don't need to draw this next number because I'm taking that number away from this number, okay? So with 658 that I'm taking away, I'll start in the ones place. I have 8 in the ones place. I look at my ones place here. Do I have 8 ones to give? No, but I can go next door to the 10, take a 10 rod and bring it over here and bust it up. And when I bust that up, it adds 10 more. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay. Now can I take away 8? Yes. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. What do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I have 8 left. So I'll put 8 down there for my ones. Now that I've worked out my ones, I'm going to move to my tens. In my tens place in 658, I have 5. Do I have 5 to give here in the tens? No. So I have to go next door, bust up this 100, and it gives me 10 more tens. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now I can take 5 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And what does that leave me with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, you have to be real careful when drawing these and make sure that you keep up with how many you've drawn and what you've crossed out. Now I can move to the hundreds place. I need to take 6 away. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, which leaves me with what? 2. Okay, so when you finish up your assignment, you just have one little page to do, okay? You on the very bottom one, you have to estimate, and then you also have to find the difference, okay?